Hey guys, what's up? Give me a second. Let me put a post out. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. I need to make a fucking drink. Hold on. What's up? Hi. Welcome back to YouTube. Bro, fuck this place. Like, seriously. I need to have a conversation with Kick. Listen, I need everybody to go to Twitter or something and contact fucking Kick so that I can stop dealing with YouTube's bullshit. One of their guys put out a message and was like, hey, reach out to me if you're tired of dealing with YouTube. And I did. I immediately sent him a message. I was like, hey, bud, I am having a ton of issues with YouTube. They're continuing to take us offline. We've been there for 20 years. What do you got? And crickets. Busy guy. Not saying he's ignoring me. Not on purpose. But I'm just saying. Holy fuck. Oh, I forgot to make the drink. All right. We're going to finish the fucking show over here. Well, maybe not finish it, but I got a couple... Oh, I hate YouTube so much, boys. Oh, man. Again, fuck YouTube. Yep. Yeah, let's go get Kick on board with that. Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. You know, I'll migrate the Funker 530 stream over there, and we'll multi-stream it to Kick and YouTube at the same time. That way people can, start migrating over. But I'm done with live shows on fucking YouTube. So right now, I am multi-streaming to Kick. I am streaming on Kick. I'm streaming on X. I'm streaming on what's the one? The T one. Twitch. Oh, that makes me mad. Five months. And the one we get back, you know what I bet it was? I bet it was the fucking Taliban ambush. You know, the Taliban getting smoked got me kicked off of... Did you guys see the Taliban get ambushed? Did you guys see that one, at least? I haven't seen Funker 530 in a while. I was just live. Yeah, I was just live. They kicked us off. Rumble? No, I got a bone to pick with Rumble as well, though. That's different kind of... Yep, that was pretty sick. Okay, yeah. So that's 100% what it was. 100% the Taliban ambush. I remember... So years ago, when I first kind of started doing videos for Funker 530, I did a video making fun of the Taliban. That got us like a 5-year or a 4-year strike. It was bad, dude. So where's the party moving to now? Here. Party's here. Party's wherever I am. But yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're gonna stay right here. Let me launch the chat in a separate window here. I'm not going to have the previous chat, though, so let me know if you're here still. That way I know that this chat is working. Because that's the only reason I know that that things work. Or that, like, the stream is still live, is if the chat is rolling. When the chat stops rolling, I'm like, hold on, something's weird. Something's super weird. My man. We dropped after homie scoped himself. Oh man. So here's what it very well could have been. So there's two ways that happens. One is automatic report. So like the like the robot that's in there will like detect something and it's like, whoa, that's against policy. So I'm willing to, it's either one of two things. It's either one of three things. Either mass report, which has happened to us before. They saw the dude firing the rifle. So it thought I was firing a rifle. So that is like against its firearm policy. Like if I grab my gun, the gun back there, my YouTube stream will get shut down. Or it didn't like the Taliban ambush. One of those things. Deja vu, last time this happened, did they not kill your personal stream too? They have many times. Yeah, that's why I started multi-streaming. And that actually is not great. So people talk about, multi-streaming and how like it's better because then you're on multiple platforms. You can grow on multiple platforms, but it's confusing, right? So from a community development perspective, it's almost impossible to maintain that. I mean, I was a partnered Facebook streamer. I did it full time for a little while. Actually, no, I never did. I never did get partnered at Facebook. I should have been, based on who else they partnered, but I don't know why that never happened. But I've been on like 4 different platforms. Rumble, yeah. So I've got different issues over on Rumble. So once upon a time, I'll be clear about it. I don't care. Like, if they want to reach out and like to have a conversation, I'm happy to have a conversation. At one point in time, when the Funker 530 show was kind of in its heyday, I was doing it 3 or 4 times a week. When I was able to dedicate that amount of time to it, Rumble and I were in talks to host it exclusively on Rumble, and it got really far down that, and then suddenly they ghosted me, just like out of nowhere. They just stopped talking to me. I don't know. It just flat out. Communication just stopped. We had even started talking money. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I've never really even monetized this show, so that'll afford me the opportunity to do it even more, turn it into a little bit of a business. Dedicate more time against it, because that's how you do that, right? You monetize something and then you can apply more time resources to it. Right now, I have to balance my time resources to the things that feed my kids, and that's not any of my streams, because I've never really monetized them in that way. What triggered them to YouTube? Don't know. I have no idea what triggered YouTube. Something, I don't know. Fucking bunnies, whatever they got upset about today. You were talking to, probably got fired. No one picked up the conversation. Yeah. What's up, Slide to Serve? Even X is turning to shit with shadow bans. Yeah. It won't allow you to follow on Kick. That's gay. So. Fuck you. I'm reading the X comments now. And Muffet Top, thank you for tagging Kick. I appreciate that. Move on and send it. Yeah, so I mean, I'll always find a way to make it work. So there's a couple options that I have in my head right now. I'm considering doing I just need X to get a little bit better with their live streaming platform. Actually, let's look at it now. Let's look at X now and see what it looks like in there. It's not bad. You're gonna get Inception here in a second, so just to be warned. It's not bad. Pop out chat, hide mod actions. Okay. I mean, it's very basic. But I mean, YouTube's interface is good, you know. I wonder if float plane would help Funker. I don't know what float plane is. For me, about the moment scope eye occurred, Google snapped. Yeah, so that's what makes me think that it was the what do you call it? Firearms policies. I mean, what'll end up happening is I'll go back into the live dashboard and I'll appeal it, and it'll tell me like what specific policy. But by the time I noticed that it happened, I was like, oh shit, let me go live again. That way people don't think somebody assassinated me or something. All these Islamist ass kissers is YouTube in Minnesota, headquartered in Dearborn, Michigan. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Fucking losers. It makes me so angry too. Because, you know, a whole ton of energy went into just making sure we could slide right back into a normal rhythm on everything. Man, these motherfuckers, man. Ugh. Ronnie, I just clicked live button if it helps dial down moment. Never got a notice you were going live. YouTube sucks. Oh, that's dumb. Muffin Top had to use the app to follow for Kick. Is that broken? That doesn't seem right. Hi from YouTube. Fuck YouTube. Yeah, dude. Like, hey, I'm live on YouTube right now. And I've met their creator lady. Like the lady that reports to the fucking the big boss, whoever the fucking CEO or president, whatever, of YouTube is. I've met that lady, and like she was like, the creators matter so much. It's like, lady, you've got an automated robot doing your fucking initial triage, taking down live streams, and then you've got some asshole in India applying their moral compass to whatever it is that they're watching. Don't tell me that you have the creator's best interest in mind when you literally don't. The majority of your creators are in America, and they're like, well, we can't only abide by American laws. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking hear that. It's an American company. I'm spicy now. You're a hell of a carpet layer, by the way. Bro, I did not do a great job on that carpet. They cut it out. I don't know why they cut it out. They should have just kept it in. I had to get help. I was like, guys, like, I'm too anally retentive about like dimensions, right? They were like, just cut it and put it in there. And I was like, no, we're measuring every corner of this room, and we're going to measure the indents of the walls, and we're going to like cut it to the, and they were like, no, that's not how it works. What do you mean that's not how it works? Right now playing War Dogs? I don't even know what that is, bro. Like I haven't even had a chance to really game in months. I gave this story a little bit over on the Funker stream before they took me offline. The missus kind of, she didn't sit me down, like it wasn't an issue, maybe. But she was like, you realize you've only been home 9 days the entire quarter? Like, no, I didn't realize that. I've just been working, right? Getting that message or getting that show launched was really important to me. Really, really important to me. Rip, Ronnie's still streaming. I'm reading the Funker chat. Yeah. War Dogs comes out in September. Oh, what is War Dogs? Keep a cool head. Don't let those bastards grind you down. Oh, I'm gonna be fine. You know, I'm always animated. But that's my secret. I actually don't give a shit about much. I wish I did sometimes. But none of it's real life, right? You know, it's, again, YouTube is not what pays my kids meals. It's just not. I wouldn't hate it. You know, then I would care a little bit more. Oh, hey there, Funker. Hey, bud, I got us banned from live streaming temporarily. Don't worry, I'll fix it. But I'm sorry I showed a Myanmar PDF guy shooting a 50 cal in a closed space. And thanks for subscribing, guys. Appreciate it. Welcome in. I don't recommend subscribing on YouTube, though. I'd recommend going over to Kick or Twitch. I don't care. I don't care where else you go. Just get off of YouTube. Yeah, YouTube can suck it. No way, Ronnie's back. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday. So, speaking of birthday wishes, the producer of that new show texted me one day. He was like, what's up with all this birthday shit? It's like, I thought your birthday was in September. I was like, it is. And then he was like, what is this? I was like, listen, it's a bit of a long story, my friend. Show looks great. Where's the best place to watch it? The best place to watch it is the Ronnie Adkins YouTube channel. Yeah, I mean, that's the only place that we could distribute it for now. There's bigger news with that show than I can really share here because it's only verbal guarantees. It's not like written guarantees. Well, I'll put it this way. It's supposed to have a social release, which will run all the way through Veterans Day. And the episode on Veterans Day you're going to want to watch. I mean, I hope you watch all of it because especially after the first episode, it's all me doing veterans jobs and talking about their service, their life, their, you know, providing them a platform to speak. You know what I mean? Because I think we platform some of the wrong people, but I don't want to go too far down into that. None of them claim to have hand grenades in backpacks. I'll put it that way. So I hope you guys do watch it, because I think it's valuable. But it's supposed to have this social release through November, and then more. But I can't really dive into that. What'd you get from Ford Performance? I hope it's supercharged. No, I'm not supercharging it. I got a Ford Performance tune for it. Yeah. Did you appeal to YouTube? We will. We'll click the appeal button. Like, I can probably do that in here real quick. Switch account. Let's go to Funker account. And we'll go to content, and we'll go. Let's actually see what it says. Oh, it doesn't even show it, bro. Community guidelines removal. You clicked it? No, I want to read it. No, I gotta read it. I gotta know what policy it was, bud. Ronnie, stop! I did it. I want to know what the policy was. I'm pissed. I was the first live stream in months, and we were smoking too. You know what I was so happy about? That I wasn't, stupid enough to like really make any technical screw ups. Like it was smooth sailing. The setup was not smooth sailing. That's what I'll say. It was something about your face. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. It was too handsome. That was the problem. And they were like, listen, we can't. My wife's on this app, bud. I can't be having this. You touched the Daisy rifle again? I'll never forget that. I held up a Daisy BB gun one time. I was like, this is not a firearm. This is a BB. This fires BBs. It does not meet the definition, and they shut the stream down immediately. You didn't even mute yourself. What? I had a weird notice pop up when I joined on standard moderator guidelines when I got on. Never had that happen before. What? There was a question about my truck. No, I don't have the supercharger. I have the 3.5 the 3.5. Ronnie, your mistake was not starting with coverage of the war. The mass Google fam stopped caring about 2 years prior. No. So what it was, I can almost guarantee it, even though Scott fucked it up and did the review already. So now I can't find the policy, and I know he didn't read it. He just kind of clicked through it. But what I'm willing to bet it is when you show, I've run into this before even on this channel, when I show videos of firearms use. I'm even afraid to say the word firearms. During a live stream, the robot will detect that as, bro, I'm offering a free supercharger upgrade. Daryl, are you serious? I don't have a moderator on Kick, so I don't know what that is. Nobody's deleting it, but that sounds dope. I don't know how I would get in contact with you. I like superchargers. It is my daily, so. Do you run a shop or something? Like, what are the details with that? I just got a Ram 3500 6.7 Cummins. Cummins. Yeah. But yeah, the robot detected it and was like, hey, this guy is shooting, which is against our policies. It's the auto mod when you swear and stuff. No, you can swear. Like that doesn't take you off alive. Like that I'm certain of. It's the firearms policy if I had to guess. Isolated use of firearms recognizable by silhouette? Almost, yeah, probably. Yeah, so what would have potentially made it better is if I had done the two-screen thing, which I actually think I was on two-screen there. Just picked up a Ford Maverick. Those are cool. That's like their small truck, for those wondering. I'm into those. You get like a Tremor or something. The Tremor packages on the Maverick seem pretty cool. Putting an exhaust kit on your Turbo 6 will help a lot. Okay. I will never buy a new car that spies on you. Yeah, I don't care. I like new cars. Like, there's so many things that are spying on me. I don't quote the dark magic to me, witch. I was born in it. Let's see what else I had here. I'm just reading through the chat. I mean, at least we covered the featured video. I mean, this one was cool. We can watch this one really quick. So Romanian F-16s had to engage a Russian drone. A boat drone. It's a Romanian F-16, and there's a boat drone in the water out there. And it's right next to a European natural gas thing. Like pipeline or rig. Natural gas field. Offshore natural gas field. But from what I understand, the F-16 didn't actually destroy it. So, sometime later, like another boat came upon it and thought it was another one, but they ended up destroying it later. So I thought that one was interesting. We were going to cover that one in the Black Sea section. Romanian president said, I strongly strong condemnation. I condemn the intensification of these types of irresponsible incidents. Come here, bud. Here's Jeff. Here's a big Jeff. Look how big Jeff is. Hey, bud. And there's my big girl. You went poop on the potty. Good. Don't fall down. Daddy's talking to his friends. Where is it? Look, come here. Come here. Hold on. All right, come here. Who's that? You got food on your face. It's lipstick. Why does she have lipstick on?
It's my lipstick that doesn't come off. That lasts for
It's
12
your
hours.
lipstick. Oh, perfect.
It's one
Yeah. See, they say hi. Yeah, they say hi. Can you say hi back? Say it right here.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi, baby. You getting ready to go night-night? Oh, it's only 8 o'clock. It's only 7 o'clock. Yeah. Well, YouTube shut my stream down for Funker. The missus is right over there. Yeah, YouTube shut the stream down. Like 5 videos in. Because of the scary guns I was showing people. I'll put you down, okay?
That's an airplane.
That's an airplane. Yeah. Do you see the airplane? Do you want to see it shoot? Yeah. See, it's going to shoot. Oh, and then it shot into the water.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Daddy's going to put you down, okay? I can do what? I can say hi to the big guy on what? Oh, yeah, I can say hi to the big guy. Nerf? No. Absolutely not. Nope. Nope. 100% nope. Okay, Daryl. I don't have that information, but I mean, I would have to. I'd want to talk about. I'd want to talk about that. You know, figure it out. Because then I'd have to have it installed, etc. Where's Battle? He's said he might not be here. I think. I don't remember. Why can't I scroll this chat? That's stupid. Hi, it's your daddy's birthday. No, it's not. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. Speaking of birthdays, though, it is coming up. I think. Yep. No, the week after. Yeah. Yeah, I actually have a birthday. I do have a date that I was born on. Where's the dog? He's right here. He's huge. He's fat. Maddie and Motors. Maddie and Motors. Got you, bro. Huge? Yeah, he's big, dude. My face. The only reason my big stupid face is up here is because I can scroll this chat, but I can't scroll that chat. I want to go dove hunting. How's the parachuting? It was awesome, actually. Oh, I just realized. It was awesome, actually. And Matt was such a cool dude, man. Like, what a cool fucking guy. You know, and that's one of those cool stories where it's like, it's not even like that was his job. You know, everybody's like, oh, I was a, whatever. That means I have to be a whatever when I get out. No, there are iconic Marine infantrymen, Fallujah Marines that are like fucking CPAs now. You know, you can do whatever the hell you want. The picture with Tyler Vargas Andrews was cool. Hey, bud. What are you doing? Yeah, Tyler's a very close friend. Yeah. Hi, Ronnie. Jeff is huge. He's big. Yeah. Yeah, right, Jeff? What you doing, bud? Huh? Hey, man. Don't knock over my camera, please. It's almost moose season. Yeah, well, Jeff is about the size of a moose. Just don't shoot Jeff. I haven't seen Funker Stream for ages. What is this Funker Stream bullshit from YouTube? They took us offline. Yeah, I don't even know why. What I'm assuming is firearms policy, but for reasons that don't really make a whole lot of sense. The way YouTube's firearm policy works is if the AI detects that there's a firearm being used in it, it'll shut the live stream down, and then you can appeal it later. I showed my dad the skydiving. Thank you guys for watching it. I appreciate it very much. You know, we are limited on the distribution of that show to, you know, my small little YouTube channel. I'll show you guys. And for those of you that did follow, this is the old, like, Ronnie Off Target channel where I was doing, like, gun stuff. But the most recent episode is probably one of my favorites. I went skydiving with a gentleman by the name of Matt. He runs No Limit Skydiving. That was really fun. The next one's going to be really cool. I'll give you the heads up on what it is. I go out into the Florida Keys with, no, not the Keys, the Everglades. We go out into the Glades, I think. And there's a Marine that does boat stuff now, ironically. And gators are involved. Ton of fun. Ton of fun. Come on. No. I'm trying to get my chat. Be safe, bro. Catch you next Friday, maybe. Yeah, we'll give it a go. So we'll see what YouTube says on the appeal. Yeah. But then there's been a bunch of stuff from American Marksman over the last 5 months, too. Like this video. This was a massive amount of fun. The coyote hunt.
Lighter still runs on butane, the same fuel from 50 years ago.
Thank you.
That's exactly why they died on you.
Like this was fun. Fun.
Signature to the 5 o'clock. So he's moving towards us a little bit. Back to the left now. I'm on him.
Spoiler, I kill a coyote at 500 yards there. Are you hunting python in the glades? No, but I'm not telling. We were supposed to, actually, but we couldn't get the night shoot lined up. Gator is your favorite tasting reptile? Between that and frog, is this frog? Frog's a reptile, right? Between that and frog, those are the only reptiles I've ever eaten. And I like both of them. So are you temporarily canceled on YouTube, dude? Yeah. Yeah, on the Funker channel. Yep. It is what it is, dude. It's not the first time it's happened, and it's most certainly not the last that it will happen. So, you know, as I'm going to say something in a way that I've never framed something this way. Funker 530's scope and size as an organization, folks like Kick, even Twitch, Rumble, should absolutely be reaching out to us about that live show. Especially now that it's, I mean, I was away for 5 months to film, but other than that, it's not going anywhere. When I'm home, it's going to be filmed. I got this piece of fucking hair sticking up right here. I need a haircut. Bet Ronnie hunted some feral pigs in the Everglades. If you want to see a pig hunt, there's one of those on the American Marksman channel. I went with Tackett and Nolan. And we just rocked some pigs. If you have access to Pepperbox, you've seen all this stuff. But there's really cool footage in here. Will YouTube shut this stream down? It wouldn't be their first time. I download Kick just for Funker streams. Yeah, well, maybe they'll reach out. They'll reach out or something. We'll see. I reached out to him repeatedly, you know, and I mean, for us to consider. So now let's put my you know, business hat on for a second. For us to consider transitioning platforms, what we would need to really do, especially for the live show, is we would need to then help promote and distribute for that platform. So the Funker 530 YouTube has 2.39 million subscribers on it. As soon as we were to go and execute on that kind of promotional campaign, I can't for the life of me understand all that. You know, why that wouldn't be something of interest to people. Unless it was content-based. Unless it was content-based. Then I kind of get it, right? I kind of get it. Should I text YouTube on your behalf since I'm a paid member? What? You just got their number? They keep you on YouTube? You can shoot a snake? Yeah. Well, they use like tridents. They stab it. Funker would also be the only reason I would get kick. Yeah, I mean, I've reached out to him to move my personal streams and stuff over there as well, because so when I was on Twitch back in the day, I would do range streams, right? Like I'm actually an armorer. There's value I can provide you through that. I only started down doing more of that stuff with the American Marksman channel, but I was doing gun content long before I was doing Funker 530 stuff. I mean, that gun content goes back to 2013. And I'm like certified to be an armorer for multiple platforms. So there's a lot of value, especially at live Q&A type, that I can provide through a stream that allows me to do that. But here we are. What is Kick? It's kind of like a Twitch alternative, just a little bit less dumb. I don't know. 100% content based. Sadly, people want to remain sheltered from reality. Well, reality is going to catch up to you whether you prepare yourself for it or not. So it's up to them. That'd be awesome to see. Yeah, like I mean, we could. There's a lot. There's a lot we could do. But because I'm live right now on YouTube, I'm also live on Kick and on Twitch and on X. Because I'm live on all those things, YouTube primarily, I can't touch that. Right? There's a bunch of stuff I would be happy to just sit and, you know, be an autist on the stuff that's like attached to it, and, you know, why it's built certain ways and why I have a multi-caliber platform and, you know, the value that I think that provides. Looking swole? Thanks, man. The one constant in my life, well, I have two constants in my life. That's the family, obviously. Like, nothing will ever get in the way of that. But also it's the gym. You know, being once upon a moon a big fat guy. I will never not find a way to hit the gym. And thanks for the $5, dude. Can you grind a new bolt? No, I'm not a gunsmith. Gunsmithing and armoring are a little bit different. Right? Like, I can maintain firearms. I can kind of certify them. I can headspace them, gauge them. Headspacing is yes and no. It really depends on the system, right? But I can gauge them. I can do all of your basic maintenance tasks for AK, obviously the RPK with that, PK, G3, G33, MP5, Browning High Power, 1911, Makarov, VAL or VSS, Uzi, and then a couple others. What are you deadlifting now? I pull, I don't know what my max is because I don't max at home. Deadlift is probably the one that I'm closest to knowing, and it's probably somewhere north of 460. I pull 445 for sets of 3 at home. Like, that's because that's the max I can fit with the plates that I have on my rack in there. But I've got a ton of progress that I've made this year on it. VSS is such a slick platform. The VSS is a slick platform. It is cool. It is cool in a garage gun manner of speaking. Right? Not unlike the grease gun, right? Like, I'm not trying to take away from it, but as soon as you take the suppressor apart, the integral suppressor apart on a VSS, it's just fucking washers in there. Like, it's the baffles are washers stacked up like this inside of it. That's it. It's just sheet metal. And it works. It's amazing. The only thing quieter is an MP5 SD.
My man.
Bet it was a good day to get paid to play with the VSS and VAL. No. None of it was a good day. And I'll tell you why. When I showed up to the school, the non-standard armorers course, I asked the question. I was like, when do we go to the range to shoot all this stuff? And they were like, oh, you don't. No. You're going to sit right the fuck here. And we're just going to touch them all day. And I was like, this is the most blue ball fucking course I've ever seen in my life. And then the test out is you have to take apart the Makarov down to the fucking pin. All the way down. Every part. As far down as you can get to just be, a metal block and put it back together. And it's time-based. I've been watching your transfer over the last 5 years. You've come a long way in your physique. I mean, most of that happened. That happened more before 5 years ago, right? So when I was 275 in 2013. By 2016, I was lean. I was 160 pounds. And I look pretty good, I maintained weight, really. I came back up to about 170 after dropping to 158 off of 270. So I got up to like 170, 175. And then over the last, 3 or 4 years, I've really been slowly working my way into getting a little bit more mass back on me. Nice watch. Thank you. It's my anniversary gift. Yeah. Big fan of this watch, actually. It's 15 years this year with the missus. We're not quite to 15 yet, but in the next month and a half or so. 15 years with that woman. That woman has put up with me. So at one point in time when we were talking about what we were going to get each other for our 15-year anniversary, she was like, well, you've put up with me for 15 years. I was like, let me rephrase exactly how you just put that. Somehow I have retained you for 15 years. That's the better way to look at this. I have found a way for you to not realize that you should probably escape, right? For 15 years. So we've actually known each other since we were, young teenagers. It's actually rare. Yeah, it is. It hasn't been perfect and 100% great at all times. I've had to do a lot of growth. I'm proud to say that she has never had to, and I wouldn't want her to. She's the same person I married. Did you ever replace the pipes in your basement? Yes. Yeah, so there are pipes running through here. Those burst about 1.5 years ago. So we had our full basement recarpeted. Insurance paid for it all. Ronnie, Matt Tardio, and Ryan Macbeth feature-length video when? I have done a video with Matt. He's been on the Funker Show. And Ryan and I do know each other. So when I went to, props to Ryan, many props to Ryan. I got embedded with the 20th Special Forces Group down in when Hurricane Helene was happening. It's actually a really important. I immediately took the opportunity. That's the kind of stuff. Like if I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I know everybody values the Funker 530 stream, but if I can be mobile and sharing things on the move, that is always my preference. Ryan reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm headed to a NATO summit. It's something I've been waiting to do for a long time. Would you be interested in doing this embed? So that whole like series of time that I was down there in North Carolina, Western North Carolina, covering different aspects of Hurricane Helene, both from a government perspective and from a volunteer perspective. So I embedded with both, right? Because there was a lot of bullshit. There was a lot of fucking bullshit, and it wasn't foreign. It wasn't FIE. It wasn't Russia, and it wasn't China making shit up. It was us. It was our own fucking selves doing it. There was a lot of misinformation floating around, and I was doing my best to kind of cut through the middle of it. Ryan offered that opportunity because it was originally offered to him. Anyway, yeah. So I do know Ryan. I'd be more than happy to have a deeper conversation. He's in a field that actually most of my career is in, kind of more the cybersecurity, threat intelligence field. What's up, Grateful? It's good to see you. Who else is here? What gun is that in the back? Well, this one right here, that's a Barrett MRAD, currently chambered in 300 PRC. Yeah, it's a Barrett MRAD chambered in 300 PRC right now. I have 7mm PRC barrels for it, and I have 308 barrels for it. Don't touch it. I won't. I'm going to go touch the bourbon next to it, though. The can on the end is a Thunder Beast Magnus. What's the thing above the vertical grip? There is no vertical grip on it. So that's kind of an optical illusion. So what you're actually looking at, hold on, I'll let you get a better look at it. So what you're actually looking at there, and I wish I could just take it off and show it to you, is a Garmin chronograph with the stand for the chronograph still attached. It has a special mount that allows me to just clip it to the side of the gun, or unclip it and set it down. That way I can get speeds off of it right away. Yeah. Bourbon in a can? No, this is just my energy drink. Just keep me going. I don't need it anymore. I mean, I'm on, a bunch of peptides anyway. And I am never ashamed to talk about, like, fitness regimen, supplementing, all that stuff. Have you heard of the MK Machining Straight Bull 338 Bullpup? No, but it sounds cool. I would like to be. I want that. What do you guys say we, do you guys want to play games or you just want to chat a little bit? Probably make it another hour or so. Yeah, let's try Hell Let Loose, Vietnam. Unless we want to, let's scroll Twitter together a bit. No, I don't want to look at myself. See what you guys are saying. Yeah. Yeah, whenever you're ready, kick. Hey, this is why we have fucking safety briefs. Don't do this. At least wear a helmet. Fucking put a helmet on. What is he blasting a scooter down? What the hell, man? This is old. This is old footage. I'm willing to bet the comments are all saying that too. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, it's old footage. Hold on a second. They didn't release footage of them targeting the fucking mall, did they? Is that the mall? No, that's in Kivo Blast. Okay, all right. Here's the mall, in the inside of the mall. Sounds good. Slide to survive. Thank you, brother. I'll jump on that as soon as the stream's over tonight. What are your favorite leg day exercises? All of them. I like to squat. Houthis hitting Saudis with drone drop munitions there. That looks nice. F-16. Bridges. Bridges are just so under-discussed. You know, like everybody wants to talk about, well, drones and drones. It's like, bro, let's learn how to protect our bridges here. Like, holy shit. Critically important. Right? Like, yes, drones are important. I actually, I tweeted about this not too long ago. I was talking about a briefing that I had not too long ago. It was amazing, right? It was like what we were seeing in drone warfare and what we were doing. And the what we were doing side was so much more than anybody will give us credit for, right? Because nobody that's like actually working these problem sets is talking about them on the internet. It's just not happening. So like from the drone threat perspective, half the shit we're fucking doing is classified because we're not just going to broadcast that we have the ability to do X, Y, or Z, right? Like it wasn't a public briefing I went to. I'll just, kind of frame it that way. I still wear the uniform. So I'm sitting in the briefing and I'm raising my hand. I'm like, hey, are we doing this? And they were like, yeah, we've been doing that for 2 years now, Our infrastructure across the country is so out of date and in need of a comprehensive overhaul. Actually, that's one of the reasons I left cybersecurity, right? So one of the many reasons I stepped out of the cybersecurity realm was because of that interconnection now between the logical and physical space. There were cyber actions being attempted and in certain cases successful against us that were going past espionage and into attack. And when I was still doing it, the terms have changed now. When I was still doing cybersecurity, when I helped stand up Cyber Command, the terms were computer network exploitation and computer network attack, right? And then crossing into computer network attack was like, that was a big deal. But towards the end of my time, when this would have been only 2 or 3 years ago, that was starting to happen, right? And it was like, oh man, we're not ready for that kind of warfare. Like we're measuring our ability to wage war on the capacity of our infantry to, close with and engage. And while that is a historical measurement, I don't think it is reflective of the kind of warfare that we're looking at in whatever the next generation is. In the current generation. There was a story that was published not too long ago of a brigade that had been initially stood up to analyze and then provide recommendations on drone combat in Ukraine. And, very recently, the story is that they were they've now been spun down and they're being, quote, sent back to the basics. I think that is a bit short-sighted. I'm up, they say me I'm down, don't do that anymore. Yeah, we do. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem, though. Like, as hear me out. Yes, that is a basic. It is important. 5-second rushes. It's a thing you need to know how to do. They could see you the whole fucking time, though. I'm up. They see me. They saw you before you got up because there's 9 drones staring at you. 3 of them are there for ISR purposes. The rest of them are, 6 are just waiting for an opportunity to just fly into you. Like, that's just one facet of warfare, though, right? Like those traditional techniques and capacities are still necessary. But for the infantry guys, I don't know, put a 1 in the chat or something if you're a former infantry guy, and think about this. As an infantryman, if you get into a new place, into a new area, right, and you're establishing that is now your area, you are supposed to improve your fighting position such that by a certain time, and I don't know exactly what it is, I'm not infantry, I don't claim to be, you're not going to be visible to the human eye at a certain distance, right? You're supposed to improve that fighting position so rapidly, and that includes trenches, that includes, concealment, that includes all these things that you are just changing on the landscape so rapidly that by like 24 hours later, you're not supposed to be seen in like 800 or 1,000 meters. I don't remember what it is. If you do that now, you're going to fucking die. Like, you're going to die inside of that 24 hours. You know why? Because they're flying 100 different ISR quadcopters from 20 kilometers away, looking at every piece of the terrain. And as soon as they see that terrain changing in that way, they're just going to fly drones. And the drones are just going to blow the whole shit up. Right? So doctrinally, there are things at our very core that we have got to change. And that kind of stuff is being analyzed and understood. But the people working those things aren't talking about it, aren't going to be the ones talking about it on the internet. So here's where I'm going with this. You're going to have guys, you're going to have like former fucking hitters. I mean, these dudes that are just gangsters. They got into it during the global war on terror, the early times when they were fighting the fucking Republican Guard. I mean, just absolute hitters that are like, no, I know how this works. And it's like, you don't. You're not processing what I'm saying. Those back to basics ideals that you have are going to set an okay foundation. But if we are not being deliberate about these doctrinal changes that are necessary, if you're not understanding that the world of warfare has changed in that way, that you can't do 5-second fucking rushes because there's no point that they don't see you. We don't own the night anymore. The night is gone. It's no longer a domain that we have for ourselves. So there's all kinds of guys that get stuck in their fucking 20 years ago capacity that like just do not understand that we are actively changing the way that we wage war. But then there's the flip side, right? And those are people, we're not doing anything. And it's like, well, that's not fucking true either. And I can tell you that like experientially. I just left the damn briefing a week and a half ago. We absolutely are. The people making those changes are not here talking about it on the internet. Dude, have you ever had a chance to talk to Civ Div from YouTube? Yeah, he's been in the early days of the Funker 530 show. He's come on like 2 or 3 times. Yeah. But yeah, you can't tell people like you can't tell people that because in a certain way, and I mean I don't care. I'm happy to tell people that, but I'm saying, generally speaking, you can't tell an early Fallujah guy that, hey, that experience, while relevant for direct action, isn't necessarily going to be as relevant in this type of war, this type of landscape that we've got. Because then suddenly you're discounting the experience, right? It's like, why are you disrespecting what I did? It's like, well, I think it's great. You used to be great. It's just, it doesn't apply as much anymore because now you are under 100%, 24/7 surveillance. Like there's not an opportunity for you to just start digging your fucking foxhole. Like you don't have that chance now. When are you going to do that? They're going to wait for you to get super fucking tired, and you're going to be gassed. You're going to be digging this fucking foxhole, just chugging away at it, and they're going to be watching you do that, just waiting for you to die tired. Have you seen that truck covered in mirrors? Oh, the Scooby-Doo bang bus with the fucking disco ball on the outside of it? Yeah, I doubt that works. It might. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. I don't know. Are we cooked? I don't know. Maybe. Somebody mentioned it earlier in the chat, and I meant to talk about it, but there was a war game done recently that the Ukrainians kind of smoked us, right? Like we brought them in to see how we would fare against their drones. And from a certain perspective, there's a gray area down the middle that's closer to reality. And I think I said this in one of the comments. Half of the comments were saying, well, they wouldn't win in a real war. This is war games, you know? And the other half were like, wow, Ukraine would fuck the United States up. Neither one of those things is completely true, right? On the one hand, what you're looking at is a doctrinal problem. Doctrinally speaking, the United States is out of date right now. Is what it is. From another perspective, there is not a country on the planet that can wage war the way the United States can, right? So from a long-range fires perspective, from a ground warfare perspective, from a maneuver perspective, there's nobody that can do the things that we can do. You see these little pieces and glimpses of it all over the place. You see Israel flying wherever the fuck they want with their F-35s, right? You see F-16s prevailing. You see us go into Venezuela, into Caracas, and just literally do what we want. Just do what we want. It's free airspace over Iran right now for fast movers. The slower shit's getting shot down. And there have been a couple losses to man-pads. I get it. Right? That's why there's a difference between air supremacy and air superiority. Right? Those two things are different. They are doctrinally different terms. But when applied, there's nobody that does war the way the United States does. That said, there are now gaps that are being worked. Again, this is not me saying we need to fix this and we're not doing anything. There are absolutely people actively fixing this, like that are learning from this, that are implementing lessons learned. And then the things that filter down to the worldwide web of weirdos is that we shut down a brigade. Like, yes, I think that was short-sighted, but they are not the only ones taking lessons learned from Ukraine. I think it would be good for us to have more of those. That'd be cool. But they're not the only ones doing that. Right? I know that because I just fucking received I just did this. The doctrine is the problem, right? So it was a doctrinal issue, right? It's not a total war issue, right? When you look at it from a total war perspective, it's kind of looking at the battlefield versus the war itself. So you pit the American military against the Ukrainian military. That, you know, at the very tactical level, in a war game, there are going to be limitations on, you know, what's possible, what they're able to do. Anyway, but that's why I say the honest truth is somewhere in the middle there. But there's this absolutism that you'll find all across the internet that's like not the way the world works. We're still in like the World War I biplane era of drones. Yeah, we're starting to get into the next generation of it with the introduction of things like listener drones and the proliferation of EW as a support structure to drones. So EW, years ago, before my second deployment, when I became an information operations guy, I had to take courses in the integration of electronic warfare as a part of information operations, right? So But then it was a relative novelty, and that's only 10 years ago. And guys that were electronic warfare will think I'm funny, or will think I'm being funny when they're like, no, we were all over the place. And you're not wrong. But when you look at things kind of across the force and, you know, from an employment perspective, it wasn't necessarily used that broadly aside from force protection measures, right? So like the Duke is technically a form of electronic warfare. And yes, I use that every day, every single time I went out. The Duke would be protecting me from remote controlled IEDs to the best that it could, to the frequencies that we knew and were known. Now, I mean, it's everywhere. Everywhere. There was just like an article in somewhere talking about Russia's use of it in the Baltics, you know, and they've been doing that for a while. That's for at least the last couple of years that has been known. But that's the kind of shit that like 2003 Fallujah gangster, absolute gangster, went and fought in the hardest shit ever, didn't really have to contend with, right? Like that's not something that you had to account for in 2003 Fallujah. You had to account for a massive amount of direct action and house to house with big, long 20-inch ding-dongs, and it's swinging dick shit. Awesome. It's a bit different. Holy shit, Ronnie's live. Yeah, man, what's up, dude? We were live on Funker, too. I tried doing a Funker show, but, you know, YouTube is, I don't know, stupid. I can't scroll the chat, so I can't go back and read that. Watching from a shisha lounge. No sound, but the sentiment is there. That's awesome. That's cool. And not that you could hear me say that's awesome, but I do want to play a couple games of Hell Let Loose Vietnam. I haven't had a chance to really play games much. Drones are just OP as fuck. Yeah, I mean, it's an economy of scale thing, right? You know, since when can you really just cut together that amount of capability? Hold on. I'll let loose Vietnam. There we go. Cut together that amount of capability for, I don't know, $800, you know? Now, what's really interesting, though, so here's a cool metric for you, and I'm going to fuck the first number up because I don't remember exactly what it was, but the second number I'm going to nail. Early on in the Ukraine war, it was taking 4 drones to destroy a tank, to destroy an infantry fighting vehicle, 2 to 4. I don't remember exactly what the number was. And that's pre-Cope Cage. Now it takes 11. So you see these rudimentary changes that people are making. You know, initially it was like, why are you doing that? But now you're seeing the adaptation to it all. It's very Mad Max, but it works. And that is an actual metric, at least the second number. The first number is, I don't remember. It's like 2 or 4. I just don't remember which. I haven't even played this game yet. So Funker did get back to me. 100% firearms policy at 22 minutes and 47 seconds. So, not that anybody can go and review 22 minutes and 47 seconds, but I'm willing to bet that is nearly exactly the guy shooting the Type 99. Oh, so aggravating. Alright, windowed, full screen. Yep, that's what I want. Master quality, custom. I'm gonna crank this. See what we get out of Epic. Yeah, still getting 90 there. Wait. HUD display mode, show hints on. Yeah. Show gore. Yes. Whatever. Sound system. Yeah, it's all good. Voice chat. Yep. When starting out, we highly recommend that you dive into this series of tutorials designed to walk you through core mechanics of HLL's Vietnam. You can also visit the practice range to safely experiment with different roles. Okay. Yeah, let's play the tutorial. What's up, Levy? No, I'm gonna play the tutorial. That way, well, maybe we'll just jump in. Yep, fuck it. Yeah, alright. Alright, what do we got? Yeah. Ping's a little high on this one, but... Have you seen the new body cam map? No, I haven't seen body cam in a while. Oh. Yep. Alright. We're gonna join... Item. And we'll just be a rifleman. Could be a medic. Spawn on a boat. How do I get off of this? Here we go. Oh, no, my sensitivity is way too high. I need to change some settings. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Tim, bud. Ding dong. HUD display always on. Yep. Controls. Okay. Key bindings. Infantry. Forwards, backwards, yep. Aim. Yeah. Where's like crouch? Crouch. Left control? Absolutely not. Input conflict with the unit radio. Alright. How do I change that? Common. Unit radio is gonna be left key. Alright, bro. Like, well, I fucking get it, but... Alright, let's set this to M. Oh my god. Nope. Alright, so... We're gonna set unit radio to this button. And then we're gonna go back to infantry. And we're gonna set crouch... to C. Then we're gonna go back to common and set unit radio... Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. Slash now.
Of course you're doing nothing.
Huh?
Of course you're doing nothing.
Yeah, I'll post it down.
Sensitivity is still way too high. Game's beautiful though. I don't know where I am. Oh. Yeah, my sensitivity is way too high. Oh, that guy. I need to fix that. I was all over that guy. Keep on. No. Controls. Sensitivity. Oh, what the fuck? None of it saved. 31.
Anybody have a bandage?
Neg 40.
Okay. There you go. That's better. Fuck out of my game. Get out of my game. I'm nuts, dude. I know I was killed in action. You don't have to fucking rub it in, dude. Stupid. Yeah, we've confirmed that it was the PDF guy shooting the without ears. That's what got me kicked off of YouTube. What server you on? I don't know. I don't know. Mode. I don't know. I don't know how to find that. Wait, are these bad guys?
Oh, not anymore.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna set up another outpost. I guess ours got destroyed. Fuck shit.
I don't know. It's literally my first chance. Did someone die? This is the first game I played. Jeff, what you doing, bud?
I'm gonna set up an outpost here. I'm fucking set up inside. Fuck. I'll set up right here.
Oh, to my left somewhere.
Left. Yeah, see there.
Fuck, you. Bruh. I used to left. I think it was.
They're all over us.
Your army taught Ronnie how to shoot. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, that guy was in front of you.
I was like,
I got one of them.
fucking shit.
All of my shit just shut off? No, what are you doing? Bud, oh my god. Hey, Jeff. Hi, bud. Yeah. Hi, my friend. Hi, Jeff. Here's my Jeff. Yeah. Hi, friend. Oh, stop. Nope. Nope. What are you doing? Oh boy. I don't know what happened. All my shit just shut off. I don't have any chat or anything right now. So let's try to get the game running quickly again. I don't even know if we're still live. We should be because it's 2 PC setup. But it actually happened to me earlier too. Okay. Hello. It's just the game, Ron. No, it happened earlier before I launched the any of the streams tonight. It's got something on my desk. I have an uplift desk. Something on my desk is like triggering a restart, like a cable or something. Hey, what are you doing? Hold on. Jeff. You're this fucking idiot. That's what I see right now. Jeff. Hey. Come here. Get down. Get down. Thank you. Just read through some of the chats and stuff here. Holy crap, he's getting huge. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fat body. Alright, let's find a new server. Official server US West. I think it's a little high. US East. We're gonna join that. I mean, the QEUE. Let's pour one more bourbon. We'll play a couple games of this and then we'll shut things down. And then hopefully all the stream issues will be resolved by next week. What the fuck? What happened? It broke. There's Jeff. There's Jeff. Everybody say hi to Jeff. This is a Jeff show at this point. Hey, what's up, buddy? Come on, Jeff. You wanna get up? No? You're not listening to me today? All right. Game's been doing that? Well, that's dumb. Hey, bud. Look at that handsome dude right there. Look at that handsome guy. He's so adorable. His name is Thomas Jefferson, for those that don't know who he is. But he likes to go by Jeff. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah. Yeah. Last time everybody saw him, he was 5 months younger. Go away. He's also an asshole. So. Better looking than his owner. Are there any mods in the chat that can ban Axel? Just get him out of here. We don't need... Got Jeff all over me. We don't need that energy in here. Alright, so... We're back in here. Here's that US East server again. Let's try and join that again. I want to see if that's what crashes. Mastiff? No, he is a mutt. Yeah, he is a mutt. Like super mutt, but mostly pitbull. Pour that drink. Oh, United States. We're joining prep. And we're gonna be a specialist. What do I get with a specialist? Nope. What do I get with an engineer? Nope. We'll just be an engine. No. I'll be a specialist. We'll see what that comes with.
Hit from the left, getting hit. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
What are we doing, bro?
Seems like they're whiny.
Y'all some stupid ass bitches.
There we go. What do I have? I have
Come on, hold the point, guys.
this.
Oh my fucking god.
I have med. Okay. I have an automatic M16.
How the fuck is it this hard? Hold the bloody point.
Alright, I need to shut these fucking people up. Like they're gonna bother me. Audio.
Fucking.
Sound system default, dynamic, blah blah blah. What is this?
We have no spawns.
Holy shit.
Is the officer of the
Brother, watch
squad
your
still alive and on the point? If so, please put an OP down. The OP has been destroyed.
Wait, hopefully that quiets them down a bit. Nope. I thought I just fucking changed this to cinematic.
Yes, I'll spawn up here.
Okay. Okay. Oh no, we gotta fucking backtrack. To the Hamrong approach. Mama said they was my running shoes. Sorry, I'm putting a Zin in right now. Is there an auto run button? Did you guys know that Funker Scott used to be a gamer? And that's how we met. Who remembers that story? Damn wrong approach. Sensitivity's still too high. I want to go in the shack. I want to go in the poop shack. Nope. Let's go in this shack. They're over there. See that guy? Oh, fuck. What the fuck? Soft cover? Thanks. The Ronnie reach around. Oh, man. That's a bit nostalgic. There's a patented maneuver, by the way. Was that back when you played professionally? Yeah, sort of. I mean, professionally is an interesting word. I was paid to play video games at one point in my life. That doesn't necessarily mean I was great at them. I knew how to game point systems. Got me a full ride to Vegas to play PUBG competitively. That's how I met Funker, for those that don't know. One of the things that I have a problem with is I like my games to be too pretty. What kind of gun you got? You have a fucking smoke grenade in your hand and the gun, bud. On a very stable platform, friend. You're gonna die. Alright, so we capped this. Now we need to cap the train yard. Boogity boogity. You can't get this. How many of you guys would be willing to move over to Kick off of YouTube? I'm live there right now. Oh. What's that M60 doing? Oh. I just started running. Scope? Because I do have a way to get in contact with them. I'm losing patience with YouTube, man. Well, I also mean for this channel. So here, I mean, here's why I ask for this channel. I mean, the community that has kind of followed this channel from its heyday, and I mean there are people here that were hanging out before I was a member of Funker 530, back on its Twitch days and D-Live days and Mixer days. But the Facebook gaming community is where things really started. I don't know. I would say going well for the purposes this stream has always had. Which is, and I need to fix it, I need to get with Regiment and get everything set back up. Which is to raise money for custom PCs for veterans. So it matters to me where the stream happens. That way we can kind of consolidate to one, but if people aren't willing to go to a certain platform or something, then I'm not going to move. But I'm growing really tired of YouTube because I don't just do gaming. Oh, fuck you, bro. I don't just do gaming. Oh, fuck! I tried crouching, or I tried laying down. I don't just do gun stuff. I don't just do war stuff. Across the gamut of those things, I really need a platform that will let me do each of those on their separate channels, and that way I can keep all contained in one. Nope. There's a guy over here. Where'd he go?
I don't know, whatever.
Oh. Willie, help! When the fans and subscribers will follow. Yeah, I mean, that matters to me. Because, so, when we were on Facebook Gaming alone, we
They're
raised
taking the point.
almost 60 grand for custom PCs for veterans. Then we moved to YouTube, and that fell to, and that was associated with a drop in total streams. That fell to, like, I don't know, 15, 20. And that's not me asking for money. It's just, from a relative perspective, the original design behind my gaming stream was purposefully for that. There's a reason I've never pushed for members or subscribers or anything like that. I probably should have. It probably would have set me up to at least be able to do this more with like a monetary perspective, but the intent would be to continue that same thing. The challenge that I'm having is if YouTube is not accepting of the different types of content and stuff that I do, I don't feel incentivized to stick around here.
Can we get an OP? Like,
I'm gonna let go here.
It looks like we're holding.
And I also really do hope you guys go and watch the new show. I'm gonna pin. Actually, can I get a mod? Do I have any mods in the chat? Sick, are you here? On the YouTube, can you pin something that says Operation Onward over to the Ronnie Adkins channel? There's stuff that's gonna start going up there too, like vlog type stuff. I've actually always been kind of a car guy.
Like everyone needs to get on the point,
non-gun
right?
type stuff. Modding vehicles, four-wheeling, stuff like that. Gonna go on that channel. Even that though, right? Like,
We got enemies near the trains.
who knows what they're gonna end up doing?
Enemies close to my
I say
body.
the wrong thing.
He's
and
inside the
suddenly
building.
they're like, "No, you
Causing
can't say that. I don't want to be here for that shit." And if X would ever get its shit together and get a true video platform put in place, that would be appreciated.
multiple pushing through inside of the lane. I'm in.
Alright.
Hell yeah, Robbie. You're on kick, Robbie? Fuck yeah. Thanks, Four Horsemen. Over on Twitch. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, and I know Regiment has the contact. I'll be with Chris from regiment down in Tampa. So I'm headed down to speak at the military influencer conference. And it's not that I hate the word influencer. It's not what you think. It's actually meant for like business leaders. But I'm going to be speaking down there again this year. I spoke last year. And I'm going to talk. Oh, fuck you, bro. Get on my game. I'll talk with Chris and see if he can't put a line in with like kick. Because I don't think Twitch is the right answer either. That guy just died. Is this full auto? It is. It's a laser beam too. Oh my god, dude. Oh, where is he? Oh, what an angle! You see this fucking guy right here? Between the two boxes? Oh, what an angle.
We gotta hold the point so the other guys could take the other objective.
And that's also why when Scott and I started American Marksman, you know, I'll never be able to articulate how much appreciation I have of him for doing that. That's also why we prioritized
under the fucking train.
Pepperbox.
This guy laying down under the train outside.
YouTube.
Bro, can we get an OP
What did I just
for
hear?
real? Like, I'm tired of spying on these fucking guys.
Somebody send across stars or something? I don't have my stream elements alerts up. I'm a bad streamer.
It's like that's literally your job.
Nope, not that way. This way. I do have, there's Funker team members in Wisconsin too.
Try to take the village, I guess.
I'll be in Wisconsin later this year. October. One of our team members is getting married.
Or do we not even have an officer? Did he just did?
And I've actually done car shows before. Back when I was, when we first got married, I had this... I don't know if I want to talk about this. I had this, V6 Mustang.
I don't think we have an officer.
I had this V6 Mustang that I had done in a stupid amount of work too. I mean, I had
an Albie officer.
Pace setter long tube headers in. I had 70mm throttle body, Borla catback, off-road mid pipe. I think I threw a short throw in that damn thing. It was the loudest fucking anvil you could imagine. Oh fuck! I wasn't paying attention.
I want to keep the train yard, please. We're losing the train yard. Just keep defending train yard.
Gaming computers for veterans. Not. We've done over 80 grand of those.
I'll get an OP up. In
And you'd have to go find my the Facebook that I used to stream to, which is Ronnie Fit GG. It's just my name. Like if you Google my name, you'll find it.
Lisboa. Or actually, we're.
But that was where we really were doing a lot of those PCs. Hey Jeff, come here, bud.
Put an OP down.
Thank you for not eating my hat, friend. Like we were doing a lot of them, 1 or 2 a month back then. I was also streaming much more, 2 and 3 times a stream. Stars on Facebook.
Oh, they got a tank. They got a
4 horsemen. Thanks, man. 20, 23.
Oh, that's great.
People inside.
Alright, I'm placing an OP.
There's no spawn points. Oh, all the way back here.
Come on, no one needs to get on the point, dude.
Stars from 4 horsemen. Another 30. Thanks, man. Stars? Those should be bits if you're on Twitch. Right?
God,
So good night, Ron and chat. I'm gonna go work out, head to bed. Glad to see you back. Thanks for being here for a bit, man. The intent is actually to bring this stream back 2 to 3 nights a week. So we'll hang out. We can talk, you know, all the different stuff. And then the Funker show is still once a week. Because that takes effort during the day and stuff. And I do have, like, a job. So,
Dude, how are we losing everything?
if I
This is
didn't,
like-
then I could probably do that more.
We don't even
but I
have a
do,
commander in
so-
this fucking lobby.
But this stream is in the evenings.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Thanks, Robbie.
Oh, jeez.
It's good to have you guys back, and thanks for,
We're just gonna fucking lose this
stopping
game
in and hanging
again.
out with me.
Hold on. We might recover. Is there any
I hope
comms
so.
or?
I don't hear anything in the officer's chat. No one's fucking communicating at all.
Do I have any regiment members in the chat? Like, is there anybody here that is a regiment member? Regiment GG?
Oh, we were just contesting that.
Especially the veterans out there?
We need to get.
Fucking guys.
Oh, we have a commander. Okay, he's just not talking.
We're losing it right now. I think they're tossing nades at Hamron.
No fucking grenades? I don't have grenades. Why would I not have grenades?
It's on our spawn point. If you spawn there, you'll spawn in Hamron, and we might be able to claim it back.
We're capturing train yard now.
Alright, we got it defending.
Fuck this guy up. Fuck!
Dude, I hate hearing footsteps and I don't even see people. Oh, I fucking knew it. They're inside the building in the train yard. Fucking shit.
We're
I got ammo. It sucks.
we're gonna
On my
take Hamron
body.
back by the looks of it.
Okay.
all I had left was a knife.
And our OP's gone. Nice.
I got two in that fight. But all I had
Yeah, we
left
got
was the
some
knife.
enemies
And I wasn't
around
giving
that
up.
OP.
I was gonna try to get cover there, wait for a reload, and then rush him, but I didn't make it.
I'm just playing Bushwookie.
How's Vietnam compared to World War II base game? Greener.
Alright.
So far, it's been fun. I've barely been paying attention. It's my first stream back in, oh man,
Walking straight to where a
5
guy
months.
Literally just got killed over there.
So
They're close.
Okay.
kind of been chatting the majority of it, but I'm having a good time, you know. And I don't know whether that's getting the chance to stream again for the first time in 5 months or if that's the game, but I do enjoy, you know, Hell Let Loose, like, structurally, so. Dude, happy birthday. I hope you and your family, it's not my birthday, but thank you. I hope you and your family are doing well, dope, are doing dope things for this country. How are you liking this game so far? Hey, Lynch, thanks for the $5, bro. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know what you consider to be dope things for the country, but
Gotcha, bitch.
I do my best to be a little bit better every day, and no matter what it is, really. Shamans, thank you for sharing that, buddy. I did recently get unblocked from Facebook.
Right.
What? Oh, they're sick. Six on my team.
Huh?
4 Horsemen. Am I the only person in this app
just
chat
passed
on
through
Twitch?
towards
Yeah, probably,
Hamron.
bud.
They are 250 degrees, so they're on the south side of Hamron.
But yeah, man, thank
Or
you for the $5,
actually,
dude.
West side.
And did we ever pin the episode 2 of the new show for the other channel on the YouTube chat? Or did we just do the whole channel itself? I prefer that we just stuck with episode 2. I have, oh, look, I'm getting shot at. I have reasons for that, but you know, I'm not allowed to say them out loud. What are you banging at, buddy?
I gotta Gary up on this point.
Oh, I've got 20s. That's what's making this a pain in the dick. This guy's still in the fucking
We just need infantry support now.
angle here. Saw that guy.
Defend the Gary, defend the Gary.
Hold this angle for a second. A very short second. That guy just got clapped.
We just lost Hamron. We gotta get back.
Motherfucker.
Or, can we get
There's
it
no
back?
pin? Okay.
Or is this,
Alright, I'll try to do it here in a second.
I don't think I'm gonna get back there in time.
Yeah,
for
if you're wondering what I'm
response,
talking about, I did a... The reason
By
that
the
I
time we
haven't
get
streamed
there,
in
it's
5 months is I
It's
did
like,
a
bro, what? Dude, I'm being killed by
show,
invisible people.
a
There's no
professionally
bodies,
produced
there's
show that is launching initially on my personal, my
I had
other
the same
YouTube
bug
channel,
yesterday.
personal YouTube channel, where I went around the country meeting veterans and doing their jobs for a day. So if you ever watch Dirty Jobs, it was basically that, but with veterans. Like I did. Oh wow! I just fucking drew an outline around that guy.
get in
I
that
did
traffic.
I skydived. That was the latest episode. So episode 2 is where it really starts getting interesting. In the future, I did pottery, which was way fucking cooler than I thought it would be. I just want to let you know, pottery is pretty dope.
It was good serving with you, man.
Like it is. Like that was cool, man.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I
We
think I
got a
got
helicopter
fucking
coming in. Might be able to drop some
like
troops in.
I wasn't even paying attention. You
We don't
just
know how
got
many they have
clapped,
at
dude.
PBR camp yet.
I also did
And we got infantry pushing in on it right now.
race cars. So I
Oh,
competed
yeah.
against a
Boat.
professional
Yeah,
race car
yeah, with an
driver.
enemy boat.
I know. Listen,
100 goddamn meters.
We're defending
I didn't
just
win.
with the chopper. Just with the chopper.
Oh.
Bro, we're defending. There's
Fuck you.
only a few.
I didn't win, but I did. But I certainly didn't lose
Well,
either.
hopefully I'll be able to get there then. Cause I have to run. Cause
What
we
the
lost the
fuck?
HQ. We only have HQ2 and 3. Or 1 and
All right,
3.
come here, bitch.
HQ2
Oh,
is gone.
well.
Alright, I'm in camp.
Anyway, what else did I do?
After we take this back, we're gonna make a hard push.
That guy's
for-
like fucking
back to
stabbed me in the
Hammer-On.
dick while I'm laying on the ground. That's a war crime. Geneva. Hello? Geneva Conventions.
It seems like shots coming from north.
Hog hunt. Went on a hog hunt. Shot machine guns. Yeah.
We're contested right now for Hamron.
And other stuff.
Alright.
I think it's a fun show, man. Like, seriously. I hope you guys support it. I hope you'll watch it and put
Yeah,
a
I'm
comment in the
about
chat
on
because I would like to
US
do it.
camp right
I would like.
now. I'm just gonna keep on going.
I just fucking. And I'll tell you why, right? So, when I took the job, I'm going to share something very personal with you guys for those that are still here because we're probably winding down at this point. What time is it? Yeah, I got about a half hour left. When I took, I shouldn't say took the job. When I came on board at Funker 530, Scott, the founder, the president of Funker 530, was like, you know, what do you want to do? I was like, well, I was blessed with the ability to communicate to people, right? So I was, how's the fitness routine going? Brother, we're doing great. We're doing like really, really fucking good. Happy to talk about that in a second. But I was blessed with this ability to communicate. Everybody's got their skills. You know, I've welded. It ain't my skill. My dad was a welder. He always just took over. I gave it a go. But I told him outright. I was like, listen, man, you know, I think I have the ability to kind of distill complex topics and help people understand people's stories, right? I don't have this kind of amazing story myself to tell. You know, I don't have an amazing military background. I have a pretty standard one. I did my job. I went in. I did what I'm still in. I do what I'm supposed to do. My NCOERs are pretty positive. You can pull those. It's a 4-year request. But what I can do is I can help people understand either something complex or something that is difficult to distill into, you know, simplicity. And when I got the opportunity to do the History Channel show, that was the first chance for me to do that. It's like, okay, well, let's take these historical examples of, you know, war and turn that into something that is entertaining, that will help preserve history. So I told Scott, I was like, you know, that's what I want to do. You know, I want to be an enabler for people understanding what what veterans sacrificed. I'll give you, here's a good fucking example of that, right? So the Supreme Court back in the 70s, we're getting spicy. The Supreme Court back in the 70s was trying a case where a captain refused to train a bunch of special forces guys, right? On the premise that they were baby killers. That was his exact words. He's like, I'm not training those guys, they're baby killers. Well, the freedom of choice, the freedom of liberty, the freedom of speech to be able to do those things, the Supreme Court was trying to figure out, does he have the right to do that? Does he have the right to say, no, I will not follow the orders that I've been given? As an American, you have affirmed rights. We believe as Americans that you have these rights regardless of whether you're an American or not. But as an American, they are affirmed for you as a part of the Constitution, or by the Constitution. Well, the Supreme Court found no. No, as a member of the United States military, you are not afforded the application of your rights in the same capacity that somebody of the same age is as a civilian, right? And the reason is the military is a distinct society. So they found this and I agree with it. A legal finding isn't necessarily correlated directly to a moral finding, right? So this isn't, too many people will refer to kind of like a legal definition and say, well, that's what the law says. So that's truth. And that's not how it works, right? Unless you believe that all institutions and all courts are impartial, unbiased, and or unbiased and objective, which would be retarded. But the Supreme Court found that there is a distinct society for military that necessitates discipline and order in a manner inconsistent with the application of rights like freedom of speech, right? So when it comes to freedom of speech, you technically have it, but when it comes to be a detriment to order and discipline of the military, well, that's when you can be tried by the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and you can be jailed. So the reason I bring that up is there is this sacrifice that is below war, that by signing up, by voluntarily, and not many people understand this, by voluntarily agreeing for military service, you are effectively signing away your rights by Supreme Court finding. Like, they have found, this is not me saying that I disagree. I agree with it. So it's always been a goal of mine to help people understand that distinct society, regardless of what your job was, right? So I don't give a fuck if you were a cook or an infantryman or, I don't know, a special forces guy or a pilot or, I don't know, a logistician. At its core, you volunteered to give away the one thing that makes Americans, from an affirmation perspective, different than the rest of the world. We have an affirmation via the Constitution that there are rights that you have that don't require a government, like that the government can't infringe upon or get in the way of, right? So things like the Second Amendment, right? So the Constitution is actually a limiting document, not a granting document. It limits government. It doesn't grant anything. Anyway, the full circle. The reason I did this new show is it was an opportunity to go out and to meet with veterans of all walks of life, not veterans that have a podcast, not veterans that have like fucking TV shows and like this thing and that thing that everybody already fucking knows about. I mean, I want to find a garbage truck company owner and I want to go do his fucking job for a day. I want to talk about what led him to managing a garbage truck company, right? A food truck. I don't know. But that's what I've been doing for the last 5 months. So when they presented that as an opportunity, I was like, right now, let's go. Let's leave. Anyway. One more game and then we're going to be logging off for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, because apparently the fucking truck driver cannot. I've been telling him to stop the fucking truck so everybody can get in, and he won't listen.
Stop the truck, you fucking idiot.
I don't think he listens.
No, Commander has 0 branch down.
Oh, we're North Vietnamese now, and that's
I
dope.
would say you also say
Shit.
What's next in the project books? Well, hopefully season 2 of Operation Onward, right? But I need people to watch it, right? And I haven't done a great job of.
H4.
Technically, my hands were tied. I was under contract to not be able to talk about what it was I was doing. Like I wasn't allowed to say, "Hey, this is what I'm filming." But the gravity of what it was that I was filming, I think, is actually critically important because we've got this internet life where we are broadcasting messages from the wrong people, right? We're broadcasting messages, you know, from the same 5 guys over and over again. And 4 of those fucking guys have turned out to be liars in some capacity. I'm nobody when it comes to my military service. Like I've got one cool deployment. The other deployment was with a logistics company. You know, the sexiness of the second deployment speaks for itself, but there are those of us out there that want to platform the right kind of fucking people that are this volunteer status of veteran that we have that has just gone back to normal life and become normal people. That's who we should be fucking talking to. You know, not the guy, not the people that were on, you know, this show or that show that now, you know, want to do this podcast or that podcast. I don't. Yeah, hopefully second season comes around. That way I can leverage whatever platform it is that I've been able to establish up to this point to highlight some real fucking stories. And I'm not talking about real stories like, you know, some real fucking high school-esque back in my days. I'm talking about the transition story, the story of, yeah, I went to war, you know, I was wounded, but now I run this successful business doing pottery. How the fuck did you do that? How did you go from being blown up by an IED to running a fucking pottery school? Logistics are people too. I hear it, man. My entire first deployment was nothing but logistics. That was the only job I had, was to help transition logistics to the Afghans. Name names? What are you drinking? That was 4 Roses. It's a bottle of 4 Roses back there. I've got a better bottle upstairs, but you know, that one I saved for. And I've got a really nice bottle over there. Like I've got a bottle of Irish Redbreast. That's a nice drink. Warrior in a garden mentality. Yeah, those are the fucking guys that I want to give people the opportunity to meet, right? Like this dude, there's going to be an episode of Operation Onward that comes out where I go and I do fucking pottery with a guy. I keep bringing this up. And I went into this, I was like, man, that sounds real dumb. Like, I don't want to do pottery. I walked in there, I wasn't 100% sure what I was getting into. I walked in there and I was like, this is a pottery studio. What is this? You know, like I just got done jumping out of an airplane. I drove a race car, you know, with somebody. Like, why are we in a pottery studio? But it was dope. Super dope. And yes, we recreated Ghost. While I jerked off the fucking clay, he put his arms around me. Pottery's awesome. It was awesome. Like, yeah, seriously. Like making something out of clay was dope. There is something that was just extremely calming about that whole experience. Did you get that in Dublin? I did. Yeah, when I went to Spain. Spain was awesome. I'm just waiting for a spawn point here. As soon as I get a spawn point near that, I'll, there we go. The game crashed. Perfect. Perfect. I'm not launching the game again. Great game. I was having fun playing it. You know, hanging out, chatting. It's cool to be in touch with yourself because it's like you lose your humanity if you're stuck in the mindset of a war fighter. Sure. Yeah, I can see. I can see what you're saying by that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think you can ever lose that edge. And I think people that, you know, haven't experienced the you know, type of mindset that you get into training for war should find it, because there's a readiness associated with it that it's a protective mindset that comes along with it, right? Like when I'm pumping gas and the fucking crackhead is looking at me weird. It's like, bud, I'm not the guy, right? Like, regardless of what your job was, if you have gone through that preparedness nature of, you know, a train up for war, right? There's a different way that you look at that problem. What's up, Glock? Been busy? Hope you and the family been well. Glad to be back. It's good to have you back, buddy. Yeah. How many times a week do you lift? I lift 5 to 6 times a week. Hey, buddy, come here. Come here, Jeff. Here's my Jeff. It really depends. Depends on the week. If I'm traveling, it can be 3 to 4. But most of the time, and I'm actually probably 10 pounds heavier than the last time we talked. I'm like 195 right now. And I'm leaner. So trying to think back to the last stream, the last time I was live. It would have been 5 months ago. It's been that long. And I'm so sorry, but there's a balance. There's a balancing act with doing something like a travel show, right? Like I would spend, 3 to 4 days a week gone, trying to also do all my other jobs. And then when I would be home, even on a Tuesday night or a Friday night, it's just like, do I spend tonight and today preparing a show and then like hanging out with you guys, or do I spend the night with my family? And that's ultimately, I mean, obviously the right decision there is the right decision. And it's, I missed too much of the first two kids, Well, that's good because muscle is denser and heavier than fat. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I am leaner than I was the last time we were together, and I am heavier than I was. No roids, though. Well, it's an interesting way to put it. I am absolutely on testosterone replacement therapy, and I am not afraid to talk about that. But if you guys go back, I want to show you something. Let's go back to 10 years ago. Show you a picture. This picture is circa 2017. Give me a second. I'm a big fan of this for those people that need it. This picture is circa 2017. Okay, that's almost 10 years ago. And that is 9 years before going on any kind of TRT regimen, right? So nobody can ever take that work away from me. Nobody can ever take going from 275 pounds to that away from me. But there is a flip side to the reason that people go on things like TRT, and that is basic lifestyle, right? Mood, your ability to handle just day-to-day problems. I went and I got my blood tested a little while ago, and my free testosterone was 7, a total of 7. Again, seriously, this is over 10 years ago. Yeah, look at that. And if you want the real proof, it's right there. A little bit of filter on that second one, purposeful. Is that low? Holy fuck! That should be in the double digits at a minimum. Yeah, so your free testosterone, there's two numbers. There's your free and there's your base, right? So your free testosterone is basically how you feel day to day. Your base is, kind of your baseline number. Your free testosterone is what's usable. How do you feel today versus tomorrow? And a free of 7 is low as fuck. Yeah, you'd want to be 15. Something like that, right? So I'm on TRT. It's such a low dose to just normalize my testosterone level now that I'm 37, or I'm about to be 37, that when you look at it from a perspective of like lifting, it's very different, right? So I have, my base is probably only like 600 or 700 at this point. And that's a problem that I have with people kind of, judging the use of testosterone. Like the U.S. military just came out with this policy that you're going to be tested for testosterone, for your testosterone at 30. And everybody was like, "Oh, what are we, fucking low testosterone now?" Let me give you a statistic, and this is an exact statistic. It is not something I'm pulling out of my ass. You can Google this. Just training alone in the military means that you will exhibit on average 65% less serum testosterone than your civilian counterpart at the same age. 65% less. Now imagine a deployment, 2 deployments, 3 deployments on top of that, right? Just military service alone and just training, 65% less testosterone. Imagine the effect of that on your capacity to fight. So folks that are in the military or that are veterans that are kind of on that holdout of, and I was for years, I was so proud that I had lost over 100 pounds, and I was, just from a lack of better phrase, I was, in pretty fucking good shape for, naturally, right? Like that. I mean, that photo is 9 years ago. I have the start of my prescription is October of 2025, right? I would certainly not say that that's out of shape, right? So nobody can take that fucking work away from me. Nobody can. But not unlike for women when they're having issues. They're gaining weight. They're seeing a lot more cellulite. They're just like, oh, I'm just getting older. It's like, well, our generation writ large is seeing generational changes to our hormones in a way that is only now being understood. Everything from microplastics to diet to just an exorbitant amount of issues that are stacking in this stack tolerances problem, one on top of the other. And this was an entire process for us as a family. Like I went and I sat with the missus. I was like, hey, you know, this is something that I'd like to go and get tested for, and we'll sit down and we'll review things together. And you know, I'm not doing it to get jacked. I'm not doing it to you know, deadlift. What are you doing? No. Off. That's not yours, bud. He's eating the fucking headphones. Nope. Stand by. Nope. 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 No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Little pit bull doing whatever the fuck he wants. Right? Hey, Jeff. Come here. Get over here. Jeff being an asshole. Yeah, that's the understatement of the century. He was literally trying to run away with my fucking headphones. Yeah, so anyway, I have absolutely zero issue talking about testosterone and testosterone replacement therapy because nobody can tell me that in every circumstance it is used to like lose weight or to get jacked, whatever the fuck that means to people, because that's relative. I lost over 100 pounds on that, and I was pretty fucking jacked prior, right? Like don't let the t-shirt fool you. I was in great shape prior to doing this, but there is an absolute problem with, you know, generational loss of serum testosterone with military service members and what that does to you. There is, if you were to search my Twitter profile for the term 65%, you're gonna find that exact study that was done on that. And it's a good thing that we're testing people for that, because it's associated directly with the stress that you go through, the lack of sleep, etc. Now, historically, it wasn't until you were in your like 50s that you needed to worry about this. But we've got this stigma around it that's like, oh, well, you're not natural. It's like, well, okay. First of all, I was in better shape than you were prior to me going on this, and this is not directed at any one person. Just this is, you know, generally speaking. So my incentive for this most certainly wasn't not to be in shape. It was to course correct a problem. There are also misconceptions with what happens when you come off of it. Like, well, you're going to be lower now that you're on it. It's like an escalator, right? So you're on this escalator and you decide to step off of it for a second. You're going to leave your place by getting on hormone replacement therapy of some kind. In women, there is hormone replacement therapy for you. Like, it's available for you. Not that I don't know how many women are in the chat. Well, the escalator's still fucking moving, right? So if you decide to get back off of the escalator, you're not going to get back off where you left it. You're going to get back off where the escalator was still moving. So yes, it is going to be generally lower, but that is not a result of you going on this protocol in the first place. Anyway, historically, testosterone checks were not a part of your standard blood panel. They weren't. And now that they're going to be added as a part of the mandatory, that's a good thing. They're not requiring treatment. So they're not just going to pump people full of testosterone. There's not any kind of administrative action that's going to happen if you choose not to. But it's at least going to connect people to what could be a problem. Right? And as a guy that was already in shape, that was already, you know, lifting 400 pounds off the ground at 170 pounds, it's not always as simple as just go work out. There are issues that are exacerbating the problem beyond your control. And dude, I am more than happy to be the guy to be the guy that's not afraid to talk about this, because, you know, I don't care if you agree with it or not. Like, there's nothing that you can say that's gonna hurt me. I don't care. Like, I don't care if I get like canceled for being on TRT. Like, I don't care. Because again, I was in better shape than most people that would cancel me for it in the first place prior to going on it and becoming sterile. So that is a problem. So if you're hoping to have kids, now there are fixes to that, right? So there are things that you can counter, like HGC. HGC will counter the sterility that TRT happens, but then you start stacking things. So it really is. I mean, I've got 3 kids. The piping fucking works. I don't really have a need to have any more kids. But if there are people that are hoping for kids, yeah, you got to take that into account. And if you want to counter it, then you need to start supplementing with something like HCG that will keep your body producing and keep you effective. Most of my chronic pain went away once I started TRT. Exactly. Think about it logically, right? So our ancestors were not sedentary from a lifestyle perspective. So that activity over generational periods kept them moving. And that's why most people will say, we just need to work out. You just need to be active, and that will help your testosterone. They're not wrong. There are an inordinate amount of people that need to just fucking work out. Like, working out will raise your testosterone. That's proven. It's scientifically proven. You go do a fucking squat day, and your acute testosterone and growth hormone is going to spike. It's just going to happen. Get off the fucking back of the couch. What are you doing? You're not a cat. You're not a cat, dude. Oh my God, look at this fucking guy. Look at this idiot. Oh, that's here. See that? Just like chilling on the back of the couch. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying before Jeff got me distracted there. I'm not trying to preach about testosterone, but I honestly do believe that it will help more people than it hurts. It's kind of like making the argument, those that are against it, they're making the argument that the negatives outweigh the benefits in the majority of cases, and I don't think that's the case, because there are outlying factors that you can't control at all, right? Like you can only do so much in the gym, and it's only gonna enable you in so much. Jeff goes meow. Yeah. Good sleep, yeah, certainly. Good rest, getting good rest, yeah, all that stuff does absolutely help. But if there's a best example of how that's not the final, I'm not going to put it that way. I'm not going to say final solution. But if there's a good example of how that's not always reflective of the problem, to be honest with you, it would be me. I had already lost 100 pounds. I was in extremely good shape. You know, vascular, I mean, just looked great across the board. People would look at that and be like, that guy's on fucking T. And I was not. And I was always very proud of that. But when I started noticing that, things about my demeanor, about the way that I carried myself every day, even though I was in shape, I was boxing, I was, fighting regularly, I was, doing all this shit that, like, you would think would make somebody feel very positive, right? That wasn't the case. That just was not the case. And it turns out I was extremely low on all of my testosterone. And it's a legitimate fucking problem. If you do any amount of research into this problem, any amount of it, it doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes of research or 10 hours of research, you're gonna find the same thing. Because as somebody that was so fucking proud of that for so long, imagine the amount of research I had to do in order for me to make that decision. Think about that. right? Like I used to talk about that. I'm like, no, I did it natural, bro. I lost 100 pounds naturally, and now I'm in great shape. You know, I can run 10 miles. I can do this. I can do that. I can. There you go, Corey. Hey, man. And that's great. If that works for you, that's awesome. So Corey says, I was 400. Eating right got me to 580. Exercise got me to 750. That's fucking dope. That's awesome. I will give you an example. Do you look like that? Because that's what I looked like at 400. I had done that, all of that work down to 400. Or just below, actually. And then started to feel weird. Like over the course of like 2 years. Right? And that's just a visual representation, right? I'm trying to connect things visually for people. It should not be looked at in the way that it's looked at, and I'm more than happy to be its champion, right? If that works for you, stick with it and ride it. There will be a time that it won't, and it's a different time for everybody. For everybody. Mine happened to be, I don't know, around 34, 35. That things just started going sideways for me. RFK Jr. only eats steak and sauerkraut. Yeah, okay, I've met that guy. I only asked Drew. So you're saying that just because you look good doesn't mean your tea is up? Correct. Yeah, look at the fucking photo. Look at the photo, man. You know, I'm not being disrespectful or anything with that. Like, look at that. I'll give you one to just prior to me going on tea. Let you see what that looks like. So let's go to approximately, I don't know, August or September of 2025. When is this? Nope. I gotta go a little bit further back. Give me a second. Yeah, so like a lot of people will see a post on the internet. It's like, oh, that's TRT. It's like, well, that's not true. You know, that's not always true. All right. So the picture I showed you guys was December of 2017. All the way through. Come on. The missus records me so much. Still scrolling here. And I'm trying to get as close as I can. But it's got zero fucking things to do with how you look. Nope, that's still too far back. I can get sooner. I'll tell you what to do. I'll go to Lightroom. That's gonna have. Yeah, that's what we want right there. February, December, November, October. We're getting there. Oh yeah, we'll have something in here. All right. Perfect. All right, this isn't a great photo. This is my daughter and I. This is prior to TRT. Right? Legs, arms, all of it. Yeah, even with TRT, you still got to put the work in. 100%. 100%. And people don't get that. They're like, you know, oh, well, you're on TRT. It's like, okay, well, first of all, you don't know what dose I'm on. All right. You have no idea how much time I spend in the gym every day, nor what time away from my other work I have to spend for that work. my prescription quite literally normalizes me. It does not take me into bodybuilding realms. It does not take me into, you know, that 1,000+ range where that abuse starts coming in. Right? That's why I say it's such a low general dose that it's a normalizing dose, and it had nothing to do with how I looked. And you know what the kicker was? When I was up filming, here's what convinced me to go look into this. When I was filming the Nordegg episode, do you guys remember the Nordegg episode of American Marksman? Who remembers that, first of all? We went up into the Rockies, and there was an episode that I did while we were up in Nordegg where we shot rifle from a chopper on the American Marksman channel. At one point, we needed to hang targets at the top of a mountain and then slide down that mountain and then take the chopper back to the top of the mountain, hang the target, slide down it. And I was with a mid-50s-year-old guy. And I'm in the best shape of my life at that point, until now, honestly. Well, we fucked one of the targets up. We got dropped off at the top of the mountain by the chopper. We hung the targets in, slid down the side of the mountain, you know, a solid 200, 300, 400 meters, however far that was. And then realized, oh shit, we laid it in too tight. It's fucked up. We got to climb back up the mountain because the chopper can't drop us back off right away. Well, I was like, well, God damn it. You know, I'm the young guy. That means I've got to go. I made it about halfway to it, and my legs went out. And here's Rob. Rob Furlong, mid-50s. You know, I'm 34. Spider monkey, right up the fucking side of the mountain. And I was like, what? I don't understand. I don't understand how you just did that, because my legs are jello right now, and I only made it halfway. Rob was very frank. He was like, listen, man, you know, I was fat a year and a half ago. You know, he had kind of let himself go. And I was like, okay, well, what are you doing? Well, he was on carnivore, and he had gotten his testosterone checked, and that's all he shared. But I would presume he went under some kind of a treatment. Like, at a minimum, I need to go get mine checked. No more than 3 months later, I got mine checked, and it was no shit, like low. So, yeah, I have absolutely no problem sharing what I'm doing. Is by technicality that a steroid? Yeah. Is it? Is it tren? No. Do they do the same thing? Technically, is one the abused one that gets you over 1,000 and suddenly you just, you know, you turn into Ronnie Coleman after work? Like, you're not just going to turn into Ronnie Coleman. The amount of work Ronnie Coleman put into looking the way he did was way more than most people would apply to it. Here's the photo I was looking for. This is months prior to TRT. Months. That's what I look like prior to taking TRT. Nobody can ever fucking tell me that I started TRT to look like anything. Nobody can tell me that. Ever. That's the photo I've been looking for. Because back when I did that fucking shooting off my back deck and it went viral and everybody was saying that I had weird posture and stuff, that's the photo I referred them to. So we should all go get checked. If you're over 30, I recommend you get checked. I recommend that you start getting checked about once a year, if not once every other year. Yeah, absolutely. I think when you started boxing, you hit a peak, maybe. I mean, I started boxing out of high school. You know, I just got into life, right? And I broke a couple bones back then and didn't get back into it until I was, until 2022-ish. And I'm back into it at this point. You know, I have fixed a shoulder that thanks to peptides. So BPC 157 and TB 500. That's been extremely valuable to me. Like I should go back to sparring here soon, which will be nice. I'll never compete. I never trained in the first place to compete, but you know, the crackhead at the gas station doesn't give a shit if I know how to fucking score points. I've never trained for that purpose anyway. Throw them blue chews away? What's a blue chew? Yeah, this is the best photo I can think of as an example. And that's June 28th, 2025. My prescription didn't start until either September or October of 2025. Yep. All right, guys. It's just after 9. I'm going to go eat some dinner. And I should see you guys again on Tuesday for back here. If not Monday. I might change the schedule up a little bit. Don't worry if you know, you're not able to be here for it, since it'll be a schedule change. But I'm hoping to add a full 3 days a week on the streams. I'm hoping to get everything for the Fit PC reconnected now that I'm back on a, you know, normalish schedule. That way we can hang out more. I'd like to get back into, I've said this before, but it was, you know, kind of in the midst of planning of all these new projects and stuff that, you know, I didn't really have the latitude to say it, but I do now that we're not filming any of them. I'd like to get back to things, just honestly. Doing Funker again, or is that a wrap? No, we'll give it a go next Friday again. You know, we'll see what happens, dude. You know, if the stream falls, I'm not gonna fight it. You know, I'm just gonna go live here and hang out with you guys. That's the way we typically do things anyway. But I should see if not Monday, then Tuesday. Tuesday is, you know, on the current schedule. The normal Tuesday and Friday is the schedule, but the goal is to go back to 3 days. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday would be ideal. The other value with that is my daughter has games Tuesday nights. So even when we were just before leaving for the filming, doing Tuesday night streams, I was having to leave the game early and shit. And I don't like doing that. You know, I like being there with her, and I didn't have a dad that was able to be at all my games and stuff. So being able to be that dad is nice. So let's plan for Monday. Actually, let's plan for Monday. Hoping to see you Monday. We'll fire this game back up. Hopefully they patch it or something. The non-Funker nights are typically more gaming heavy. The Funker nights, we typically chat a little bit more. There's a lot more conversation, you know, follow-up that we can do, questions and things that I might miss from the Funker 530 stream. So, you know, if you're interested in more gaming type oriented stuff, Mondays and Wednesdays are going to be going to be the times to swing by. I will also be trying to get a hold of Kick. I am serious about potentially moving the main orientation of the streams to Kick. I like the things that they've been putting out. YouTube has not been great to me from a certain perspective. Not that they have a need to be, but I would like to see a platform support the things that I'm trying to do as a creator for it. You know, I've spent a lot of years on YouTube at this point. Anyway, I love you guys. I am extremely appreciative that you give me the time and patience and hang out with me a little bit when you could be spending your night anywhere else. You know, you could be watching fucking movies or something, and you're still hanging out here with me and talking about shit that, you know, might not even matter to you, like testosterone and working out, and I don't know. That just it means a lot. I love you. Good night. Go be great. I'll see you hopefully Monday night. Bye bye. I don't know if this is the right button. It's been so long. Let me put this on.
Good night, ladies. Good night, sir.
Bye bye.